All right, all right. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Unique Perspectives podcast. I'm your host, Charles Nixon, and I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Adam Ford. How are you, sir?
What's up, fam, on this Friday evening? I'm good. I'm good. Glad to be
Yeah,
back. It's been a
seems
minute. I
seems a
know
little
something.
seems a little odd and strange, but yeah,
I
good to
know,
be
right?
back.
I know, right? Out of the pocket for a
Yeah,
second,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's always good to take a break. I've always believed in taking breaks and getting refreshed and renewed so that you can come back stronger and ready to take on the challenge of the day. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah,
That week has
yeah.
not been too bad, actually. Think about that. Yeah, it's not been good.
Ain't been
Yeah,
too bad. Ain't been
yeah,
too
it ain't been
bad,
too
huh?
bad. Yeah, definitely. How
So,
about you? What's going
I've
on
been
with you?
pretty good, man. I've been trying to, balance work life and all that kind of stuff, and
That's important.
keep your mental. It's
Yeah.
always a threat to the mental. You got to keep the
Oh,
mental going.
man, it's absolutely important, man,
But yeah.
that we actually take care of ourselves. You know what's interesting? So maybe about a week ago or two, at our church at Haven in Aurora, Illinois, where the
Hmm.
pastor is Pastor John Thompson, we had a men's mental health conference.
Oh
Really
wow.
good turnout. I want to say it was plus 50 brothers in one spot on a Saturday morning talking about our mental health. It was phenomenal.
Oh
It was
wow.
great. It was
Yeah,
great.
that's
Yeah,
needed.
yeah, absolutely. And I think it's something that is much needed, needs to be talked about, especially among Black men. I
Mm,
think that's one of
yeah.
the things that we kind of don't pay a lot of attention to, along with our own physical health, and
Yeah.
that is our mental health. It's
Yeah.
something that we have to address. It needs to be taken care of. It has gone neglected for far too long. We need to take care of ourselves.
Yeah. Because we tend to, if we're honest, we tend to focus on. We like to focus on what people can see.
Right. The
We focus
physical.
on that health. You can see the physical, right? All right.
Right, right,
Am I
right,
okay? Am I this?
right,
And on the inside,
right.
you just tore to shreds.
Right, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do my abs look good? Do my
Yeah.
arms
All
look
that.
good? You know what I'm
Everything.
saying?
And
I
then
got these nice clothes on. Y'all see my polo jump?
yeah,
Y'all see me? Y'all see me out here?
mine ain't worth nothing. Just mine
Right,
all
right.
jacked up.
Emotions trash. Mind trash. Character, integrity trash.
Trash. Everything.
Go get yourself together, man. Go get yourself together.
Man.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's
And
go.
listen, I'm trying to make sure the page is totally public. That's what I'm looking at on here to make sure.
What pages? What are you talking
No, I'm making sure, like, when I post, I make sure that the actual show is like not just to my friends. It's public. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
that's what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just
Yeah,
making
do
sure.
that, do that, do that. And have
I don't know
everybody else
what's going
post it
on with
too.
it.
Why don't
Huh?
y'all share it? Tell the people to share the show with everybody that they know. Ooh,
Oh, okay.
just drop some bombs. Psych.
Yeah. I don't know if this is right or not. We'll see. But anyway,
Lord.
what was I saying?
We were talking about men taking care
Yes,
of
and
themselves, stuff that we have to do.
speaking of black men, we definitely have to do, and I know this is probably a debated conversation, but we definitely have to do
Uh-oh.
better with our younger black brothers, young
No
men,
doubt. No
because
doubt.
nowadays it's like either they getting up out of here. Like I was thinking about this Nolan Wells case, really sad. The boy
Mm.
down in when he was Mississippi with
Mississippi.
his friends, and
Yeah.
this happens too much where people go like, if we not coming back together, we not leaving together.
Wow.
Period, point blank.
Real
Somebody
talk.
stay home. If you got friends that can flake for a vacation, they not your friends.
Yeah.
So we got to think of it like that. But we got to, because it's like it's like every other. It seemed like the last couple of weeks and months, it's been, the young black brothers dying for one reason or another, or they
Mm-hmm.
killing somebody, or I saw this video where the young lady down in Miramar, Florida, she was 21 years old, like a really popular social media influencer. Her name skips my mind, but you probably seen it all over the internet and the news. It shows her driving home at night. I guess she had two guys in the car with her, and they were driving down in like a neighborhood street. Then you see this car comes up on it, and it happens so quick. The car comes on the side of them, pop, pop. Then the car made the left and go, and their car just, after the shots, it just slowed down and went into a house. I was
Oh
like, and they
man.
killed the girl, but the two guys, one of the guys is in critical condition. The other guy, he shot in the face, but he got released.
Jesus.
That's
Jesus.
terrible, man.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'll just be like, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
they
crazy.
was, and see, not that this has anything to do with it, but sometimes people, when they're young, like nowadays we're in a society where people can amass wealth different kinds of ways. You're a streamer, you are all of these different things you can do to get money and be insta famous. But what comes with that is insta enemies and insta jealousy, right?
Right.
And so
Right.
when you have that, and then when she was driving a Lamborghini truck, right? So she was driving the Lamborghini, so she was doing well. So the point is, and it's a lot of envy comes with that, and so you got to watch the circle. Sometimes people you around set you up, so it'd be all kind of stuff. So yeah,
I mean, we
and
need
the
to
fact
do
that they
better.
didn't rob them, that was very telling. It was just a shot and leave. It wasn't even let's shoot you and go see what you got in the car. It's shot and leave. So that was something different. Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I mean, we got to do better taking care of ourselves and just really kind of like, having what we call in the military situational awareness. You're aware of your surroundings and you know what? I don't want to say this, but it's something about growing up in the city, right?
Yeah.
Growing up in the hood, it gives you another level of
awareness
and preparedness
Yeah.
for where you are and who else is with you in the area that could be potential threats. And because we grew up that way, we carry that with us, right?
Yeah.
So no matter what situation that we're in, we're not just completely so relaxed that anybody can come up on us and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes I think to myself in terms of me raising my own kids. We grew up, I raised them in the suburbs. One of the things that I wish I was able to do for them was to kind of like give them some of that experience to help protect themselves when I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? So that they're not taken advantage of. And I think sometimes because of the fact that the suburbs and the hood, they have their pros and their cons. But again, if you're not aware of what's around you and who's around you and who's actually for you, I don't need to have a whole conversation to find out who you are. I can just kind of like size you up and see if you're with me or if you're not with me. That helps to inform what I do and my actions. You know what I'm saying? Just a little, just to be a little more vigilant around those who may or may not be with you. Just saying.
Wow, man, it's deep.
Yeah.
More prayers out to their family because I saw them today. Sometimes I be wanting to tell the families. I know this is kind of like the protocol when it's like high profile cases, but if your kid just passed last Saturday or last weekend, nobody don't want to talk today. Not yet.
Wow.
Not in front of the whole world. Like
yeah.
And she was up thinking that first. The not funny thing, but the ironic thing was this minute I saw a clip of the lady talking, the mother and the husband was next to her. I said, man, she's doing really good for this to have happened. And then the attorney started talking and he was kind of recounting like how he was recounting the he say, she say of it, like who said what happened and all that. And as soon as they flipped the camera back to her, they was like, and what do you think? She couldn't even talk no more. She passed it over to the husband. That's why I said, I was like, you got to take some time for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, nobody, and I'm telling you just as a parent, and I know you know about this more than I would.
For sure.
No parent wants to see their child pass before them.
No, not at all.
And to have it happen, you got to live with the reality of that, right?
Yeah.
That's what I don't even know.
But look, on that subject, and I'm gonna get off of it. I don't want to be morbid, but let me just say this real quick.
Here we go.
I remember like yesterday, back in was that October of 2020, when I got the phone call.
Wow.
About my son, right? I remember it was an early in the morning, and the crazy thing about it, when I saw the phone, when I saw his mother calling, I knew what it was because me and her don't, I mean, we're cool, but we don't like, it's not like we talk on the phone and all that.
Right,
they're grown, so we don't talk. So it's just like, okay. So when I saw it that time of the morning, I had already cringed. And I feel like in this instance, I got it two ways. Let me tell you how. Okay. The two ways is getting the phone call, right? When you get that gut shot telling you that happened, and then when you hearing the pain in their voice, though, it translates over to you. So that's one part.
Yeah.
The second part that I still be wanting to throw some rocks at the mom about, but anyway, I'll let this go. But anyway, so listen, she might be listening. Okay, but anyway, so the point I was going to say is this: I got the phone call. That was one
Yeah.
thing. All right.
Yeah,
The second thing was, I remember her asking me when I got to DC to, to just be there to take care of things. So when I got there, the mother said, can you go with me to the place, to view the body, right? And all of this. And at first I was like, okay. I was like, all right, because I figured that's my time to see him before everybody sees him. So I'm like, fine. But I will say this. I was not prepared for what I did see.
I'm sure you will.
I never will forget that. I'm gonna tell you why I say that, because I went there and it was just me in terms of support. And on her side, it was her brother, her girlfriend, all these people sitting right there and all this.
Yeah.
And so the funeral director lady was like, okay, well, y'all too ready to see him? Now I'm thinking he at the funeral home, you done had him. So you done did something to prepare him. That's what I was thinking. You know what I mean? Before you showed him. You didn't just bring him one out. And so then here comes her. Can they come too? And I want to say no, but I was like,
this is between y'all.
I was just like, you know what? It ain't even. You know how these things can get emotional. So I left it alone. I didn't want to turn up, so I left it there. So so next thing I know, here they come, bringing him in on what to me looked like a gurney. But the thing was, I never forget, was whatever they had, like a tarp garment, it was all across from here down to his foot. It was pressed across and closed tight. But his eyes were open.
Oh God.
He had like a scratch. Like what when I saw that, the first thing I saw correlated with his injury, because it looked like to me like somebody behind him said, "Boom, pull your head back." Because it was like a nail scratch in his nose right there. So his eyes was sitting there like this, his mouth open.
Man.
But here's the crazy part, Adam. They had what do you call them things, like when people wear the jury curls, the caps.
Like a skull cap?
Yeah. It was like a cap for like curls.
Yeah.
But dude, so you see the front of him. You see his eyes open. You see his forehead. You see a little bit of the front of his head. But when I, because I'm tall, I was able to look more than the mom.
Right.
So when I saw the whole back,
it's gone,
dude. I never ever will forget that. I said, "Oh, I was not ready for this." So from then, that's when I saw. So when I see people lose their kids and all kinds of stuff like that, I don't wish that on nobody's life.
No, I'm sure you don't.
I mean, I'll tell you, because I wish I wanted to say, because when they had him at the funeral, he looked great. I'm like, you should make me wait. Why y'all ain't have him looking like this? Dang.
Right.
Anyway, so that was something.
Anyway. I mean, I know, God knows I've been close to it.
Yeah.
My oldest son, I don't even want to go through the whole story because we got to get to the show.
Yeah, no, let's go ahead.
But Lord have mercy.
I done turned the whole show to funeral. I'm sorry.
No, but that's the reality that we live with, right?
Yeah.
The fact that sometimes, more often than not, that as parents, you don't want your child to pass before you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You want your child to live beyond you.
Yeah.
And for them to pass while you're still alive.
Yeah. Oh, and Bruce said the phone. I forgot. Bruce and I had similar situations happen maybe a year apart.
Wow.
He lost his son. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Wow.
There ain't no good feeling, man.
Not at all, man. Yeah. God knows I pray for mine every day.
Yeah.
Without fail, dude. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Life is precious. Not to mention short, And you do what you can, and you got to leave God with the rest of that to make up the difference in that, man. Okay.
All right, go ahead. How about go ahead?
Severely digress.
Yeah, go ahead and read.
You got to lead it in. I can't just read this like that. You got to break it up.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. Come on. So
I know it's been a minute.
Okay. Yes. All right. So today's show, in short, I'm gonna try to cut to the pieces.
Yeah.
I'm sure when people saw the badge and the buttons, they came up with their own thoughts about what is this, right? So the badge, just for clarity, we're talking about men and we're talking about their women and their quote unquote other stuff. But the point is, the the badge represents, like, just like in real life, when you see a policeman, a fireman, if you see most of these types of trades and different things like that, they arm you with a branding. So basically, let's for all intents and purposes, we're gonna equate the badge with commitment, marriage or commitment, or that's your wife or whomever. So this is the person that represents you. So you are wearing the badge. Now, on that same garment, and I'm making a point here, is buttons.
Mm-hmm.
So, but here's the unique part about it. The badge and the buttons are in close proximity. So that means a man that's in a commitment can easily reach down and say, today I think I like my uniform, but I want to unbutton 2 buttons. I want a different look. Instead of keeping it as the brand states, he wants to. You ever notice how when people will get reprimanded when they alter the uniform? They always talk about you keeping the brand intact. Don't change it. Keep it like we presented it to you. Mm-hmm. So think about marriage or commitment that way. It's like the way we presented it to you is for you to keep it intact with the badge, showing who you committed with and where you stand. Okay, fine. And so the button part is accessible. And I want to bring a reference in. So that show I mentioned on the show, a couple of weeks ago about the Polygamist. I know you haven't seen it.
Yes, Lord.
But anyway, so the point I'm making is this. For those who may have seen it, can maybe relate. Proximity was a key point to this point I'm making, because most of the people he touched or dealt with, most of them were people connected to his badge in one way or another, proximity wise. They were close. Whether it was the daughter's friend, whether everybody was kind of like it was like they weren't family, but eventually it looked like a family dysfunctional dynamic. Mm-hmm. Some was in the dark, some was in the light, some was all of these things. But the point I'm making is a lot of times men will exercise the option of the button because it's convenient first. That means the close proximity. Then the optional stuff, when people say, oh, he got options typically, you don't think of options as what's close. You think of options as what you have to reach out and get because you see it out there and maybe the person's smiling at you and this, that, and the other. So you can, whatever you do to start establishing that option situation. But I think what we want to start getting clear nowadays and talk about it in the show today is there's a lot of ambiguity around badges and buttons. Some people are buttons, think they're a badge. Some people are badges, think they're a badge and really are button, right? So you got to talk about this and kind of walk through it. So I'm gonna open this up and I'm gonna send it over to you. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. You want me to read it now?
Everybody's wearing somebody's badge right now, thinks they're safe. Everybody wearing somebody's buttons thinks they're special. Neither of y'all checked the fine print. Stick around. We're about to tell you which one you are. You're not going to like the answer. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, all right. So listen, every relationship got 2 positions, badge or button. That's it. No gray area. No, it's complicated. Complicated is just a button that hasn't been found yet. All right. Come on. Let's go on with it, sir.
Here we go, yeah. Jesus. All right. His badge, his button, the tale of covenant and the affair. Look down. The badge on your chest, somebody sewed it there. But that button on your cuff, somebody's still hoping you'll undo it. Everybody gets one badge. Everybody has buttons. The badge is intention, image, ego, the person you let define you in public. The buttons are quieter and the ones you unfastened when the badge isn't enough. Nobody admits it. Everybody plays it. The badge is the covenant. The button is the affair. And plenty of people walk both streets in the same shoes. At home, the badge asks how the day was. The lie says quiet. But the
Mm.
button whispers against the ribs and is always louder than the vow. The badge says serve and protect. The button says press and forget. So here's the question this episode won't let you dodge. Are you someone's badge or someone's button or secretly both? Somebody's about to hear this and finally recognize which one they've been to you. Some break their vows loudly, others break them quietly. Same crime, longer sentence.
Mm. Wow. All right. This is good.
Mhm.
Okay. So let's start getting into this. Okay.
Okay.
So let's talk about the badge first.
Mhm.
Typically, and there's always an exception to every rule, but typically the badge gets claimed out loud. His name is next to yours on the lease. I'm sorry, at the cookout in the group chat. The badge gets defended. The button is different. The button is convenient, soft when the badge got hard. The button don't get introduced, don't get claimed, but gets unfastened every time the badge isn't enough. And here's the part that stings. The button usually knows exactly what she is. She just convinced herself the position is temporary. It's not. It's the job description on tonight. Okay. and the wildest part, a person can be a badge in one house and a button in another. Same week, same energy, same lies. That's what we are unpacking today on tonight.
Okay.
Now, okay, so I know you've had some initial like, what is this on all this going on? So let's get into it, Mr. Ford. Come on.
You still do. And again, I'm going to be really transparent with everybody today because I know it's been 2 weeks, so we might be a little bit out of the pocket with this one. But I'm reading this, y'all. I'm reading it, right?
Yeah.
I was so confused. And look, I still am confused. I'm still waiting for somebody to explain this parable to me.
Oh wow! The button in the bag. Okay, listen.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying in terms of the whole idea of affairs, extramarital situationships, complications, what have you. I get that part. I understand that part. I'm of the persuasion, even as I begin to think about this whole scenario, that and I'm going to approach it from a different way, and we can kind of like play around with this idea as well, as long as we talk about this other thing. And that is something I think, at least the way I'm thinking about it, is the fact that as a person who's supposed to be in a committed relationship, and you find yourself wavering or I guess seemingly doubting the strength of your commitment, I guess my question is, so your commitment really isn't about what you believe is right, because you would rather do what you want to do in spite of the commitment. And so to some degree, I see this as a dysfunction, if you will, or even a betrayal of yourself. Because if I have committed myself to being in a monogamous relationship with you, and now I've decided to do something that goes against that commitment with you, the first thing I have to do in order to invalidate this commitment is to betray myself.
Yeah, that's first.
You see, yeah. I don't know if I'm really explaining it, because to me, it's an indication that you're willing to
break the
compromise something that should not be compromised. I don't know if I'm explaining it right. Again, I'm having just a little bit of difficulty trying to understand the whole analogy thing, the parables.
No, you know walk in. I'm gonna pass you the I'm gonna put a bridge for you.
Okay.
Because you're walking into a good place.
Okay.
So the whole point of this is to let everyone know how docile the line between the badge and the buttons are.
Or how fine it is.
You're looking at it. You're still looking at it as oh, you taking the time to say you're going to go and betray, which is a great point.
Right.
But the whole point of this, just like my shirt, the emblem of what this brand is right here, but the button is right next to it. So the point I'm making is mentally, we can all of us can at any given time, after any given emotion, or you get on my nerves, you make me sick, you do this too much, I told you this too many times, and then we go from protecting our badge to starting to say, we messing with the buttons. You ever notice how when you see men in suits, the suit, they've already buttoned their suit and they look sharp. But if you look at most men at weddings, receptions, and all these different things, the first thing they get to do when they talk about their friend, they keeping their hands on the button. And eventually, before the night gets, they get enough drinks and the button comes loose and the jacket is unfastened. So I'm making a point to say it's really a fine line between commitment and integrity. That's the only thing that keeps people from doing what you're saying, betraying themselves. Because if they don't err on the side of integrity, it's too easy to betray in silence. To be betrayed in silence. And even if, you're feeling guilty yourself. Okay. But in that moment, nobody sees the self-betrayal but you. And then you have to sit with it after the fact. But in the moment, it's just like, well, I needed to adjust the button. I'm back over by my badge again. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what we have to work out. Whatever, man. I'm just saying, put it like this.
No. Again, and I want everybody to participate in this conversation because I want us all to kind of like talk about this, the idea of infidelity and adultery. Because it literally goes against what we said we would do. You know what I'm saying? That I am going to be committed to this one person for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But in order for me to go beyond that, then I gotta say, well, did I not mean what I said in the beginning? Did I not mean that I was going to be committed to this person? Was I just playing a game? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Was I not honest and truthful? You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Bruce echoing your point.
right. Thank you, Bruce. Because I'm sitting there going, point, Bruce. Wait, what?
Okay, so listen. All right, let me just delve in. All right. The badge. Okay, let me talk in Bruce's world. All right. The badge is your lady, right? The buttons are the surrounding artifacts that you have access to, right? That are right there in most cases in close proximity to your badge. It happens. I know people, we acting like, listen, I'm just going to be honest with you. Listen.
Speak plainly. You're talking in parables.
I'm trying to be nice. But anyway, all right, okay, let me think really good. Okay. This show is really about helping, look, even us men, giving clarity to how we really operate within the brandings of our commitments. Like you said, what you're saying is, like, think about this. You say, well, if we did this, and if I committed to you, then I'm betraying myself first. But think about it. In life, depending on where we live and what climate we in, we experience winter, summer, and on for all of the rest. So the point I'm making is every marriage has seasons. Yeah. Every commitment has seasons. So there is not necessarily a guarantee that throughout those storms and turbulent points that everybody holds up their end of the bargain. This is women and the men. I'm talking about men, but it's on both sides, right? Because the women can do the same thing. Women can have buttons on their dress and so on and so forth, and badges. So the same thing is, it's just, I'm bringing out the point to talk about, opening our eyes to what really is and kind of getting out of the fog. Because I think a lot of times we live in the fog of our own denial about how we are moving, who we are really branding. Like who, sometimes we got to ask ourselves, who are we really branding? Is this person, am I claiming the brand? Or am I just, like, think about how you might have a few designers that you may have in your closet, and you may be like, I feel like I might wear this today, but you have a favorite brand that you keep. There's a, because you mentioned polo. Maybe you like polo shirts the most, but you got some other ones in the closet, right, that you pull out when you feel like it. Most of us will have a designer that we stick with, and then we have those optional ones that we occasionally put on. So even though they're metaphors, I'm trying to get to this point to just be like, sometimes this is what we go through as men, women too, but definitely as men. Because men are the bearers of the badge. We carry the commitment first, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to the summer, spring, winter, and fall analogy, because that, I guess that's my entry point into kind of like
into the highway,
talking about this and trying to kind of on ramping with this.
Okay.
So yeah, being a married man for now 9 years, summer, spring, winter. No, spring, summer. Let me get it together. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. Right. That's the same order. That's the right order. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So for the seasons that we go through in our relationships, in our marriage, there are definitely changes. There are definitely different moments in time when the marriage is stronger at one point and maybe weaker at another point. There are moments when, you feel the commitment versus the commitment being a duty for you to keep, regardless of what is happening outside of the home, that you are in it for it to be successful, that you're not allowing the seasons, no matter what they are, to cause you to change. Now, the reality is that, things are going to, my marriage to my wife shouldn't be necessarily the same on the day that we got married to this point in time, to a present moment, right? There should be a gradual progression of fortitude and maturity and strength in all of our seasons. But sometimes if we're not careful, we allow the relationship to go on and we're not actively participating in the relationship. We're just letting the relationship
lead
happen.
Yeah, for sure.
We're not making things happen. Things are just happening. We're not actively participating in it. And I think sometimes this is the issue. This is the problem, that you're just going along to get along, but you're not actively doing what you need to do to move along in a more deliberate way. I hope I'm explaining it right.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to undo my button because the doing of the button is a part of the uniform that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll do like this in the military. Having a military background, there were certain things that we could and could not do. And we had to make sure that, our sleeves were the right length, that all of our buttons were buttoned, that our boots were bloused at the top of the boot the way they're supposed to be, because that is the uniform that everybody has. And anybody who's not in uniform is out of order.
Wow.
You're out of order if you're not dressed the way that everybody else is dressed. And so if we're doing things, let me just kind of like put it and apply it to the whole marriage idea or the relationship idea. If we're doing things that do not agree with our relationship, that means we're out of order. And we need to get back in order. We need to have, I guess, quote unquote, the badge in the right place so that we can actually be in the right place, in order, doing what we're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm making any sense right now.
No. So look at it like this though. you mentioned the military, which is a good starting point, back into the highway you're talking about. So
Yeah.
think about the highway and think
Mhm.
about being whenever we find ourselves in any type of repetitive uniform, there's typically a few reasons that cause us to unbutton, put on another garment over what we already have in uniform. And
Mhm.
usually that is discomfort
Okay.
within the relationship. When we get a little too cold, when stuff is a little cold, let me put on another garment. I got my crest is right here, my buttons, my uniform is already together, but I
Mhm.
need another layer. We
Okay.
put it on. When
Okay.
we getting too hot within our own self, we begin to look different. You ever notice how you see somebody married? You be like, what's wrong with them? Ain't they married? You see them with a mini skirt, cleavage out. You wondering what's going on. Listen, in the relationship, they done got too hot. So they have to loosen up. So I need to unbutton, unfasten some things and be different. So this happens. I'm trying to tell you, listen.
I'm
Dr.
not
Cheryl made it.
saying.
I'm sorry, but yeah, Dr.
Yeah.
Cheryl says there will always be temptations. Marriage takes discipline to fortify
Yeah.
yourself so that you
Absolutely.
don't yield to temptation. Respectively,
Right.
seasons is not a good analogy for marriage. Well, it happens, Dr. Cheryl. Seasons. But anyway, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. But listen, no, but straight
Okay.
up, man.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
let me do the seasons thing real quick. So
Okay.
I guess her point is, and I'm not really sure, but I would imagine, because again, being somebody who's in the marriage, right? And I'll say it like this: regardless of whatever season that you're in,
Yeah.
you have to remain consistent,
Yeah.
not inconsistent.
Yeah.
You have to remain consistent. So whether if it's summer outside, you have to be
Yeah.
consistent. If it's winter
Yeah.
outside, you have to be consistent. If it's spring, you have to be consistent. What do I mean by consistent? What I mean is that I am always going to be faithful, simplified, always faithful
Yeah.
to the one that I am committed to,
Yeah.
regardless of what the season is. See, the season doesn't dictate my actions. It doesn't dictate what I do. I do what I do because I'm responsible and faithful to the one I am committed to, regardless of the seasons. So
Yeah.
whether it's whether it's winter and it's 12 feet of snow, or it's summer and it's a heat wave, the
Yeah.
reality is that I, as a committed person within this covenant,
Yeah.
am consistent.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the thing.
There's no variation in what I'm doing. Just because it's hot outside don't mean, I'm gonna go outside, I'm gonna be hot. Oh, it's a hot boy summer, everybody. No. That's not what we're doing.
Yeah.
I have to be consistent and honor the commitment that I made.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying
But
to
that
say.
wasn't the point. So the point I was saying,
Okay.
I wasn't saying because the seasons come, we fall to them. I'm saying marriage
but that's true though, right?
and
Because that does
commitments
happen.
alike. I was only saying, Dr. Cheryl, I was saying seasons do come
Right.
to everyone. There is no seasonless marriage anywhere. Every season, marriage or relationship goes through it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I was making that point to talk about, it's what happens with the consistency that you're mentioning when we are confronted with it. What do we do when it comes? You know what I mean? We say a lot of things, and let's just be honest. Somewhere there is somebody echoing the same thing you and I are saying in word, but in deed they're doing something else.
Okay.
It's always we always sound good. We know what to say, but when nobody's looking and when your integrity is between you and the next person, then we see what's really what, right? It's good. But a lot of times we don't really know what we're capable of until we face with it. A lot of times we're easy to be like, oh, I'm in a really good place because somebody really, really good hasn't came across you yet, right? Or gave you a good temptation run yet. So you like, So I get it. But when I'm telling you, it happens.
But see, this is the point, right? This is the point. And I think to Dr. Cheryl's point is, regardless of the temptation, because the temptation is going to come. Yeah. It's going to come. It's guaranteed to come, regardless of the temptation. That should not, quote unquote, determine my commitment to the one I'm committed to. Yeah. Again, And the reality is that we all have to face this in our life. You go to work, you go here, you go there. You're not even at work. You're on your phone. You're doing whatever, and it shows up. It shows up in your face. The reality is that regardless of whether it shows up in my face or not, I'm not going to allow this temptation to cause me to betray the one that I decided to be committed to. Part of that has to do with actively participating in my relationship, not allowing things to slip in to cause me to fall into temptation. I'm rejecting that, and I'm going to be consistent and remain consistent to the one that I'm committed to. Just to kind of put that in there, because I know all of us face that. All of us have to deal with that. We're all adults, okay? And we all have to deal with adult situations, adult issues, adult circumstances. Regardless of all of that, as an adult, I have to be mature enough to say, yeah, I see you, boo-boo, hips, lips, and fingertips. I see you over there, but I have a commitment to honor. I feel my help right here.
Come on, go ahead on there.
I feel my help right here because I'm not going to allow everything. And I think that's part of the issue, right? Especially now with social media doing what it does to us, drawing us away, trying to allure us, trying to seduce us. There has to be within us a fortification that says, I'm not going to allow what I see to determine what I do. But some of us fall into that trap all the time. We see what we see, and now we want to do it. Come on, bro. Come on, sis. Let's be real. So let me ask this question then. So, and do you consider the love that you have for the person that you committed yourself to when you're faced with that temptation? Is that even something that you even think about? Does it cross your mind? Because at some point, love was involved with the commitment. I don't commit without the love. And I know I always talk about this almost every time we get on here. Listen, y'all.
No, I'm teasing. Here we go. Countdown.
Here we go. You know the love is going to come in the room.
Go ahead.
Listen, I'm not going to be in a relationship if there's not love involved. I'm not going to be in commitment if love's not involved. The reason why we have the commitment is because love got in the scene. Because I love you, I am committed to you.
No, Adam, that's not. But we living in the somebody need to get their head out the rock. We live in a day where ain't nobody just thinking about love. They think about means.
But that's the problem. You ain't thinking about like the love. Come on,
I'm just telling you. And I'm with you. That's the ideal. That's the ideal locking gel to the commitment. But in this world we live in today, people are not just saying, I wish this is find me some love. Yeah, in a sense they are, but they're also taking other forms of currency. So it just depends.
See,
I'm trying to tell you what's
I know what you're trying to say. I know what I hear what you're saying. But there's a higher standard here. I feel my help.
Yeah, come on. Look, I thought you didn't understand.
Now
you understand.
So now I understand.
Now you understand.
You gave me the revelation of the parable. Let's go.
Go ahead. Jesus Christ.
Cheryl said we need to get Charles married. Come on, ladies. Let's go. I already
got married. I'm sure y'all just don't know. No, I'm just flipping. But anyway, so yeah, man.
No, but the thing is, here's the thing, and I gotta get down to the fundamentals, right? I gotta get down to the basics. That if love is not the reason why you're in the commitment, then it kind of makes me wonder, well, maybe because love is not involved, that's why you're so easily prone to temptation, because your love is not involved. See, if I love you, I'm not going to hurt you like that. Ooh, y'all didn't like that. If I love you the way I say that I do, then I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be committed. I'm going to be in covenant with you. But this doesn't happen without love. The commitment, the covenant, it doesn't happen without love. So when the temptation comes, and it's coming, it shows up every day. It ain't going. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't dissipate. It's there every day. When the temptation comes, I'm reminded of the love that I have for you, which causes me to honor my commitment and my covenant to you. I can't do this outside of love. I got to have the love. The love motivates me. It pushes me. It makes me remember the reason why I'm with you in the first place.
Don't be blowing Marie head up. Then she always there she go. Here we go. Now Marie.
Here we go.
Okay,
it's the one that she ain't knocked on the door yet.
She is. Yeah.
Oh my God,
no, this is good, man. No, I mean, listen, we do need to honestly push this part of it. The whole, like, nowadays people are trading the love concept, but we can't live without it. Like, think about it. Since when has someone loved accordingly or acted accordingly within a commitment without the sacrifice of real love present? Right? If you don't have that, the person with you is not going to get anything resembling of it. Right? So yeah, this is good, man. I was just,
let me just add to this too, and I don't want y'all to think that I'm so naive and I'm so gullible. I know Charles was, but I don't care about him. But I'm so gullible that I'm unaware of the realities of life. Listen. I understand that number one, I think this is something that we don't necessarily equate with love.
Yeah.
But love requires work.
Yeah.
Right? I have to put an effort in. And I'm not just talking about love from the aspect of my feelings or my emotions. See, I think sometimes we have a tendency, we get caught up in the emotional aspect. And there's nothing wrong with that. You ought to feel the emotion of love. Yeah. But real love transcends your emotion. And it moves you to a place to put actions in operation, right?
Yeah.
Because my love is not just me feeling what I feel for you, but it determines my behavior towards you, right? Wow. It determines my attitude towards you. There is work that has to take place because of love, right?
Yeah.
And that work is the commitment. That work is the consistency. That work is the covenant. That when I introduce love into the mix of our dynamic together, it causes me to walk with you. Well, that walking requires effort, energy, and work. It doesn't happen by osmosis. It happens because we're both putting the effort in to make this thing happen. And again, I don't want us. Again, I don't want to completely romanticize it. Okay,
you're doing a good job of that. Go ahead.
Whatever, bro. Whatever.
Go ahead.
My nerves.
You never need some flowers to appear to be perfect.
Whatever. but the reality is that work is necessary when we say when we love. And I think sometimes that this is not an excuse, but the reason why you are becoming susceptible to the temptation of the affair is because you didn't put enough work into the love that you have for this person. You neglected the work aspect of the love. Now you felt the emotion. You had the feeling. You fell in love at first sight with this person. But you did not follow up with that, with the work necessary to, let's put it like this, to cement that love.
Yeah.
To bring permanency to that love.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us, we fall in a lot of love, and it makes love seem temporary, makes love seem transient, right? Yeah. But love is not temporary and it's not really transient. You have to put the work into it in order for it to be beneficial for the both of us.
Wow. Now what else? You already.
I mean, once you get the meaning of the parable, once you get the revelation of the parable,
now that's it.
Then you know what you're talking about.
That's funny. Hey, I know I got while I got the people listening, I got one. I don't mean to veer off, but I'm gonna stay right here in the thing. I had a question that came into the inbox. Maybe it was like a couple of days ago. But I forgot to bring it at the top of the show. Just wanted to throw this out there while we're talking about this part of it. Okay. This is question comes from a lady. The question is about consistency. Now here's the brief dynamic without going all into the dynamic. Okay. The lady is nearing the end of the marriage, or
Mhm.
from what I understand, like papers filed awaiting something, but not divorce. Still married in the spirit realm, right? Still married, not divorced yet. That's how I see it. Anyway,
Okay.
all right. So she wanted to know, like I guess the person that she was seeing or dating was telling her that he was being reserved with his total consistency because of her situation. She was wondering why, like, is it something like why can a man just buy into it and take it serious where it is as it stands, as opposed to saying, I'm going to go ahead on and be real trepidatious with this because I know you said it's almost over, but you're not totally divorced yet. You get my drift? So am I confusing you a little bit?
I think I'm trying to download.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Okay.
browse.
So the lady is so she's the marriage is almost nearly over, but it's not over in terms of the divorce decree or none of those things. It's still, the marriage is still, the person is still married.
Okay.
Dating someone else that's interested in them.
She's dating,
but the person is withholding their forward pace a bit because
because she's still married. Yeah.
But you know what? This is a common thing, though. A lot of people, I talked about this years ago. Well, some time ago when I told you about the situation where I dated the person and I didn't realize until we got into the conversation deep enough that I just thought, like, when she was just saying that she was married before, that she was literally married before. And that was it. But I didn't realize that she was
still married. Right.
She had been separated. Here's the thing, not just separated, she had been separated 9 years. They both live in different houses, but separated for 9 years. So the point I was making is, like, in my mind, when I heard that, it of course made me think, I was like, that's a tough one because I get it. People get in marriages that they're leaving every day, right? Men and women. And they desire to find that love that you're talking about, that kind of love that brings all of these things out you and move on. But there's still the legalities. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So are people to ignore the legalities, or are they to abide by them?
Well, here's the thing, though, right? So the reason why we're in this situation in the first place is because we ignore the legalities. I'm not necessarily talking about the land. I'm not talking about the laws of the land as much as I'm talking about, what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That law, the higher law. Yeah. The reason why they're looking for you now. Got a bench warrant out for you. Because you breaking laws.
Man. Wow.
You breaking laws.
That's a tough one. I mean, because people I've seen people argue with, heck, you remember we was at over there in Bronzeville on that show and Rhonda was on and we were talking about love. At that time it was called Love in the Gray. And we was talking about loving and separated or whatever. And Rhonda about to cuss me out on that show because she was like, I want to love too. So in other words, Rhonda was saying, and from her mind, what's wrong? Like if she's not with this person, what's wrong with me getting into this relationship and expecting this person to do all of this stuff that I want to do? You understand what I'm saying?
Listen. No. You got to do your first things first.
Okay.
You got to do your first things first. You can't see. This is the problem, right? You skipping steps. You don't, or you're not taking the steps that you need to take, and then you wonder why you're in the situation that you're in. Do what you need to do. Take care of your business, Judas.
Oh,
go handle your stuff first.
Wow.
Okay, handle your stuff first. If you need to get it, make it legal. Make it legal. Do what you need to do. Listen. Let me put it to you like this: love, real love, is going to handle its business. Real talk. You say you love me. Go handle your business, and don't come back until you do.
Oh, wow.
No, let's be real. You say you love me.
Yeah.
Well, love says you need to go handle your business. Go before the judge at the court. Get him to sign what you need to sign, so you can move on in love with the one that you say that you love. You say that you love. You say that you love.
So what about this narrative? We're going to carry this to the train.
Oh, Lord.
What about the narrative, Adam, when people say, "Oh, that marriage has been over 3 years ago. We was just living in the same house. Because that's why right now I can be in the headspace to move on, because we've already been technically over. So
Well,
so for the people in the back, tell them from your perspective. I'm not saying you have all the answers, but just from your perspective.
No, I don't have all the answers. But what I do know is you have a legal obligation to clear that board.
Wow. Well, yeah.
I'm just going to be real with you, because I had to go through it. Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I had a legal obligation to clear the board.
I remember.
I got to close that book. I can't move on until I close this book out.
Yeah. Wow.
Listen, Maria wasn't going to let me get in without closing the book. She told me. I remember having that conversation. I don't put no on my business. I know you're right.
Go too late in there. You already. That's right. Listen, y'all. Listen. I'm just like,
she said, take your butt back to Maryland and finish your business.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You see, you didn't know that part.
You
didn't know that part.
Got spicy like that, huh?
Oh, yeah. Zesty. But listen, we gotta handle our business and do what we need to do.
Yeah.
This is the reason why we end up in situations, and we see. Here's the thing, though, right? We wanna have the love and the romance, but you don't want to handle the legal obligation that you have to close that particular chapter of your life. Wow. And now we got to deal with people showing up that shouldn't be there because you didn't close the book.
Now people. I see what you're saying. Yeah, those relationships.
Getting divorced.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it. No more parables.
Okay, go ahead.
No more parables. Get divorced. You trying to be with somebody? Separation is not enough. Separation is not enough according to the laws of the land, right? Because you can't marry somebody else while you're separated. Y'all not going to talk to me, but I'm going to talk to you.
You ready?
Come on here, somebody. You can't get married while you're separated, but you can get married if you're divorced from the person that you were married to before. Let's be real. Again. You say you love me, but you still married / separated from the person that you were with before me. How much do you really love me? Do you love me enough to let the one go that you had? Or are you still clinging to the past?
Wow.
Y'all don't want to.
Dang.
I'm just saying because listen. If you're going to be with me and we're going to be together, we're not going to do this thing half. We're going to go all the way in. I'm 100% all the way in. All the way. I'm not going halves. We going all the way. 100. You got 100. I got 100. We going in. Let's go.
Yeah. Wow.
No. No. And this is the reason why some of us are so unhappy in our lives. This is the reason why we're so disappointed, so frustrated, because we're trying to be with people that can't be with us because they haven't taken care of their past stuff. They haven't closed the books on those past relationships. Those relationships are still active, still pending. And it's not until they close those things that they can be free to be with you.
Wow.
Why would you settle for somebody who's not able to be with you? Listen, have the courage to say, hey, listen, I appreciate you and I love you, but we can't be together until you close that book and do what you need to do. Let's go.
Wow.
Let's go. What we doing? Listen, Charles, watch this. This your altar call right now. This is your altar call right now to close that book.
That's the bridge.
I don't even need to lay hands on you. This is your altar call right now to close the book on that.
Wow.
Don't let 2026 be the same like 2025.
Yeah.
And you still walking around with that thing hanging on you. You still walking around in separation, still married.
Wow.
Don't live like that. Don't live in there. Don't live in there. Let's go.
That's deep.
Free yourself. Let's go.
I remember years ago, and I was speaking to someone, and they were talking about a similar situation where an infraction had occurred, and both of them were at the time were still married. Right? They were both married. Right? The guy was stepping out on his side, and he had convinced the other lady the lady to step out from her covering, right?
Wow.
And
Wow.
so on and so on. And I remember when talking to the person, because they was very upset about it, because as soon as this is how the trick sometimes goes, Adam. Let's just, and I'm not saying it's always the man or the woman who's the person who's the aggressor, but let's just say the man was chasing this woman who had a husband.
Okay.
She was chasing her. They were in the church surroundings. He's chasing her and all in her ear, talking about her problems with trying to discover her problems with him, right? So now I'm gonna listen to everything and tell you everything you want to hear. Now, the woman gets close to him. They have this connection. It goes on, but eventually her situation blows up, because when stuff is odd and different, it has a way of coming out, right? It comes out. And so when it came out, the lady was expecting the man to rescue and be like, don't worry, I know this broke, but I'm gonna be with you and let's fix it anyway. Like, even though they got caught up and caught, he was supposed to be there and be with her anyway. So, making a long story short, he tried to shift her from the person of intent to the person on the side of his marriage. Because at first it was like, I gotta have you. I don't want to be my wife no more. I don't want you to be with him. But when their marriage collapsed, then the lady's like, okay, so where you at?
Right.
But he ends up holding close. First it was so miserable at home, but now you need to hold on because of ministry and it don't look right. But the point I'm making is, I remember telling her, I said, God never gives the robber the prize. So I was saying, so don't ever look at it like that was never supposed, like in a situation like that, when it's a covenant thing and both people know on both sides, I'm married, you married, and it's already chaotic. However, when it comes down to the end of it, feelings, however our feelings materialize or whatever, when it gets down to it, people, it's like God is saying, this person, they came in with ill will. Like, if you're not going to come in to make a clean break and make it right, like you said, finish your business and make it right, then you're there for confusion, and the confusion is not going to win the prize at all.
Listen,
so, yeah.
And I think I said this early in the show. You start doing things out of sequence, you're going to be out of order. And I don't know how else to say that. There are certain things that you have to do in a certain way in order for you to be right in the end, right?
Yeah.
You have to honor the order of what you do. I can't get married if I'm already married to somebody else.
Wow.
I have to handle the order so that I can do what I need to do to be free. Some of us, we're missing the order of how we should do what we do, and we're trying to skip steps. We're trying to avoid and go around and circumvent situations, but it's not working because it's out of order.
Yeah.
Do it right. Do it right and live.
Now, Bruce brought up a good point. He started the stuff, but he brought up a good point. So I'm going to talk about it. Come on, Bruce, real quick. Bruce said, so do you think we will marry before 60 or have we been spoiled by the world? So let me say this. I'm going to park this right here. All right, on tonight. Let me get ahead and get ready. All right.
Here we go.
Now,
I want to hear this.
Let's speak truth to power. I may not have said it the way he said it, but it is true. When the one thing I will say to any man that is coming of a certain age, entering into whatever, coming from your mid 30s, because I think people sometimes should get a little bit of age before they get married. Me personally, I don't think 29, 25 and all. I think you got a lot of life to live. But okay. But the point is, be that as it may, if I had to, and I'm going somewhere with this, if I had to do this all over again, I would not have waited to this point. If I had to do this all over again.
Okay.
Only because we rob ourselves as men, Bruce, I'm talking Bruce and me.
Yeah.
We rob ourselves of proper love nutrition.
Okay.
There's a nutrient that comes when a woman loves you, and you put it like this, not just loves you, you allow her to love you. Because we can have a woman love us and tell me about it and be like, okay, you can love me from across the fence. That's it. You know what I mean? So
right.
But when a woman is allowed to come in and love you, and when you have a landing spot for your problems, for your things that you just want to tell somebody that you ain't told nobody, whatever, that thing that happened at work or whatever, it takes trust and a safe space to have someone like that. And so if you have it, it's amazing. So the point I'm making is, to me in this day, yes, I'm see the days creeping and the years creeping. But trust me when I tell you, I don't want to, and I'm not even saying this from the perspective of saying, oh, I don't want to be old alone. That's not what because I probably could be content. But anyway, but the point I'm saying to me is this: I don't want to rob myself of the benefits that were laid there for me to take. Okay. That's what a wife is to us. They're the benefits, and I'm not talking about like what she comes with, meaning the blessings that come from being with her when it's right. I'm not talking about any old kind of marriage, but when you connect with the right person, you get the right nutrients from it, and that's healthy for you. We live longer. We have less disruptions if we're not bringing the disruptions to our own life. We can do, but if we're not doing that, we live longer. It consolidates your mind. It consolidates your days. Listen, I can remember living in an absolute whirlwind of confusion. I didn't want to commit to nothing. I didn't want to, I was not going to pencil in nothing because my life was totally spontaneous on the wheel. I can remember them times. And so it was just like, and when you get to a point where you get so used to it, it becomes the norm. And you begin to see people expendable. And I tell people this all the time. People are always women. I haven't met a woman in life yet that didn't sing her own praises. Like to say, oh, trust me, you're not going to get no woman like me. All women say that. All women will tell a man, oh, trust me, let me tell you something. I don't know who you've been with, boo-boo, but you ain't gonna get nobody like me. Everybody says that. And sometimes I want to say, you're right. I probably I don't need it. But anyway, the point is we find ourselves, we allow ourselves to get robbed. People like me and Bruce can be great men and we can be wise and all of those things. But if we become a little, I see why they call the song, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? There's say what you will, there's a blessing to fools because fools are not as safe. See, when you too safe, you too smart and you're losing out on what the fool aspect of falling in love. The whole aspect is just, I'm gonna let this thing play out. I know I can be a little, I can just activate my guard and do all these things, but I don't want to do that. I want to just let the streams roll and let what happens. And so that's what I believe Bruce and I will benefit from the best in our life. No matter how outsmart, we can want to outsmart this and that and in past relationship to this relationship today or whatever. The point is, the goal is to finish strong, Bruce. We got to finish strong. We might have finished. We might have been moving along the way of life in our own little ways and scam love, whatever you call it. But make a long story short, the best way to do it is to finish strong and allow the person that is supposed to love you, because everybody can love you if they're interested. They can try to love you, but that's not always the person for you. But the person that's supposed to love you has a boatload of gifts for your life, and not just no physical gifts. I'm talking spiritual gifts and so on and so on, to cover you, to do those things. Look, the right woman is a filter to a man. She filters things from getting to him, right? Because she sees things he doesn't see. There are conversations that are had. Heck, people she done cussed out that he didn't even know that was trying to offend her husband, but she didn't tell him. She just took care of it, and vice versa. That's how it should be, right? So, all right, now that's that. Okay, hope I answered your question.
I don't know if you did, but okay.
Yeah, no, I said we gonna get married. I mean, honestly, look, why if I'm saying this out loud, why not? If you can manage the number one thing is, can you trust them, Bruce or Charles? Can you trust them? The person that you with, can you trust them? If you can trust them, you can grow with them, but you gotta be able to trust them first. If you got what I've learned, Adam, if you got questions, don't play with that gut instinct, because the instinct is real. It's there for a purpose. And when you feel that I'm on the wrong side of the track, don't drag it out. Because I used to do that. I used to know it was the wrong side of the track and be like, well, I got my transfer. I get another bus down the street. No, get off. At the moment you know it's not right. Don't drag the people on and do all these things. Just when you know it's not right for you, communicate that and let that be that, and let them be well and you be well.
Yeah. Because you definitely don't want to get into something that is not for you, for sure. That's the wrongest decision. Just stay single. For that case, just stay single, man.
Bruce said, "Are we ever going to be delivered?" Listen, man. I'll be honest. Listen, truth be told, I'm gonna say this and say it clearly. Yeah, listen, I'm gonna say this real talk.
Oh God,
I am not perfect by far.
You're not what?
Not perfect.
Oh, really?
But I am. Let me tell you what I tell you. But I am so not the person I used to be.
Well, thank God.
Church testimony. Oh yeah, I'm telling you that. And you know what? I feel like my life has been placed in places where, not even by my own doing, I ended up kind of alone from the perspective physically, not necessarily not in a relationship, but just alone. Okay. And I've had to work out the moments of being with myself. And I think you got to get content with you. Like Bruce was saying, like sometimes when you get too worldmatized, you get used to exercising those options that fill the voids of loneliness. Yeah. Even if you're not alone. Right. A man can be lonely and have someone, right? Right. And when and sometimes you find yourself, you be thinking to yourself, you can do this and rob Peter to pay Jan or whatever. The point is, no, I'm teasing, but the point is you can't, you gotta do right. You just gotta do right. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And you gotta not be afraid to lock in. Because sometimes I think the world has it, and I'm gonna bring it to the, and I see your face, you're hungry. But anyway, you gotta be afraid to not allow the world to keep you, because the narrative of the world now, I've seen so many podcasts, don't get married. Men, it ain't nothing in it for you. Everywhere you look, don't get married. Or what you bring to the table. She ain't this, she a 304. Everywhere you look. You never heard that?
I don't even know what that is, man.
You don't need to, don't worry about it.
I don't even, man.
But anyway, we hear all these things, and if you're not careful, it'll just make you be like, now look, you don't want to be not in a relationship or alone, but it's sometimes gonna have you like, well, why? I mean, should we not? Or you wrestling in your mind. And so at the end of the day, you got to say, look, commitment is beautiful when it is right. Yeah. So you just have to pray that your spirit gives you the right confirmation and gives off the right spirit to the person that's supposed to be with you. And leave it at that. That's it. Okay. That's it. Yeah. Danielle trying to start something. All right, Danielle.
But
he always trying to be funny.
She done tapped into what we do. She done tapped in, because I'll be like, you know exactly what I be meaning to. And I'm like, whatever. I know the truth.
No, whatever. I know the truth. Yeah. Anyway,
listen. I got my airline tickets ready for the day that you decide that you want to marry them. My ticket's already. I'm already on the plane.
Live. That's gonna be live too.
Yo, man. No, this gonna be live. This gonna be live. I'm just kidding. God bless.
Oh gosh. Anyway, it'd be a good day. A good day.
Bless us.
All right.
Okay.
So, any last words, sir, before we steer this into the depot?
I think we done talked.
Anybody want to come to the altar on tonight? That's
Oh,
it.
they already came. They actually listen. They leaving out the building. We about to turn the lights off.
Okay, all right.
No, but it's all good. This was good talk.
Yeah,
Good conversation. I just want to encourage everybody to love them while you got them. Life is too short.
Yeah,
things are happening, popping off all over the place. Love them while you got them, and that is whoever is connected to you, family members, friends. Love them while you got them. Sir,
and represent,
especially husbands and wives.
Yeah, keep the integrity of the badge.
Absolutely.
And the button's going to be there.
Listen, we don't even bother with we don't bother with the buttons. We don't bother with the buttons.
Yeah. No buttons. All right.
We don't bother with the buttons. We do what we need to do.
Okay.
We are honorable men and women, and we do what we need to do. Real talk.
We're going to speak. That's the anthem. All right, y'all. Well, on that note, we will holler at y'all next week, next same time, God willing. And everybody be well. Have a great weekend.
The Lord willing, quick don't rise.
All right. What you now really quickly side.
Here we go. He's back to it, y'all. Y'all see him about to stir up some trouble. Here we go.
Side B unplugged. Now let's start making a line to just jackets with no buttons. Just that's how we keep our hands off the buttons.
Wow.
And put them on the suits.
Better yet, Charles. Just get some zippers, and that'll deal with that'll take care of the buttons all day. You don't even need buttons with zippers. Zip it on up.
That ain't gonna help. That ain't because we just zip it right on down. So that ain't gonna help. We don't have nothing. Just leave it at that.
All right, just put on the pullover shirt. Just put on the pullover shirt.
Right.
Keep it moving, man.
Like the polo. We saw remember back in the day you had the Izod, the drag.
Right.
Just had a little simple thing. Yeah,
oh my God.
All right, then. All right, y'all. Well, be safe. We'll holler at y'all next time.
Danielle said side B of the 45.
Right, yeah. All right, y'all. Be safe.
Y'all be safe now. Have a good weekend. Peace.